Howdy, my name is Larry, and today I'm going to be doing another vintage cube draft on Cube Cobra. Now, getting right into it, the first thing I'm seeing is Ugin, Eye of the Storms, and then I'm seeing Dark Ritual, but I think the card I'm going to take is Entomb, and this is why. I love Reanimater decks, and I love Storm decks, and Entomb can be good in both. And Reanimator X is obvious, it's more obviously good in because you pay 1 mana to get any card you want into your graveyard, and then you can reanimate it. Very, very powerful effect. It can also be good in Storm if you have a Yawgmoth's Will, which lets you play cards out of your graveyard, or a Underworld Breach, which gives every card in your graveyard escape, which lets you cast them out of your graveyard. Then you can put something you don't have in your hand, or it's basically a tutor card that you can put it in your hand because your graveyard, if you have Underworld Breach or Yawgmoth's Will, that basically turns your graveyard into your hand. So it's very good with both of those. I'm gonna take Entomb because it might not be the correct choice, but I think it is the more fun choice. Torsten is gonna be my next pick, purely because it is also very good. It's a good Reanimator target. So if we don't get any Reanimator spells, we're in for we're uh-oh, in other words. But here is probably just going to be a Night's Whisper. We could also go a little bit aggressive and try to draft a Show and Tell or something. But that's not really what I want to go for. I'd rather have a Night's Whisper. We're gonna grab this Animate Dead. It goes very well with what we're trying to do. Ember of Bones is a good way. It's also a decent way to reanimate something. Kolaghan's Command, it's a good card. If you got an Animate Dead on a Torsten and they killed their Torsten, then you can Kolaghan's Command, get back Animate Dead or get back Entomb or whatever you need. It's just a very versatile card. And I'm also not seeing anything else that I really am all that excited about. Atali is also a very, very good Reanimator target. Excited that I got that. That is excellent. So I think we're gonna grab this Turok, just because it's just a good card. It's just straight up a good card. Very powerful. Marsh Flats could be the right choice here. Collective Brutality is also a good card, but I think we're just gonna grab this Troll of Khazad-dûm for the fetchable effect. That's not how you say that. I don't know why I just said it like that. It's basically as a fetch land, because it can get Rakkus Theater, it can get any other black dual lands that I may get, and it can also just get a swamp. So it's a very good card, and also not bad in Reanimator. It's not a bad Reanimator target if you have nothing left. Or if you're not getting anything, it's not a bad Reanimator target because it's a 6/5 that can't be blocked by less than 3 creatures. So it's a bit of a pain. It's not like huge or super scary, but it's just annoying to play against because you have to block by so many players. Toxic Deluge is a great card, I think, for right here. I think it can be really good because I'm usually not going to have many creatures out at all. So Necromancy may just be what I needed, because if you have a degree in 1990s Magic the Gathering cards and their meanings, then you can deduce that this is a Reanimator spell. Because it says, you may choose to play Necromancy as an instant. If you do, bury it at end of turn. That just means sacrifice it. When you play Necromancy, choose target creature card in any graveyard. When Necromancy comes into play, put that creature into play as though it were just played, and Necromancy becomes a creature enchantment that targets the creature. If Necromancy leaves the battlefield, bury the creature, which just means sacrifice it. So it's basically just Animate Dead, but 3 mana, and it can choose anybody's graveyard, and it doesn't give them -1/-0. Or sorry, -1 to its original power. Very old cards don't make a lot of sense, generally speaking, but it's hilarious. Brainstorm is a good card. Trinket Mage could be decent, but it's not worth the spell in this deck. I think Liliana of the Veil is just a better card right here. And I think Nethergoyf could be good. Is it better than him to 2 rock? I don't think it is. So we're going to take him to 2 rock. We're also going to grab, this is a tough decision because Fatal Push is a good, I think it's just going to be the Caustic Bronco though. I don't think it's that hard of a decision. I was making it a little bit harder than it needs to be. The Wandering Emperor actually did wheel, which does surprise me. I don't really have a good way to reanimate anything at instant speed except for Emperor of Bones' activated ability, which could get Kozilek. I guess I'll grab it. Not gonna put it in our deck yet, but if we get like, what's it called? If we get the Corpse Dance, if we get that has buyback and it's a reanimator spell with instant speed, so I can reanimate Kozilek with that as well. I don't think I'm gonna play any of these, to be honest with you. We'll probably just grab the Containment Priest to hate draft it. Sometimes the problem with drafting Reanimator spells or Storm decks or other combo decks is the last like 3 to 4 picks in each pack can be pretty bad for you, so you're just kind of throwing them in your sideboard. It doesn't feel great, but it's just kind of the process. You have to trust it. Demonic Tutor is very, very powerful. So is Soul Ring. I don't think I can take a card. I don't know if I can take... Actually, I might be able to, because Soul Ring is really only good with Necromancy or Toxic Deluge right here. And because I have double black for 2 mana, and I have a 1 and double black. And other than that, I just have like 2 cards that goes really good with, so I feel like it's not crazy to take this Demonic Tutor over the Soul Ring. It doesn't feel good at all. It does not feel good. And we'll get the Vampiric Tutor as well. We really want... Nice, Shallow Grave. It's not the best Reanimator spell, but it is a Reanimator spell. We're gonna probably want, for ideal circumstances, we'll want 1 more Reanimator spell at least. Because right now we just have the 1, 2, 3, and 4 in Emperor of Bones. So we'd love to get another Reanimator spell and 1 or 2 more targets to be reanimated. I'm not sure if we're going to get all that in this one singular pack, but we shall see. I think Carnage Interpreter could be a good card. If I get like a Tali and Gristlebrand stuck in my hand and I don't really have much to do with it, then I can just, and if I draw this, I can just play it, discard my hand, and then I don't draw cards, but I investigate 4 times. So I can just draw a card when I need to, and if I get to reanimate a spell, boom, I already have 1 to 2 good cards to reanimate in my graveyard. Terminal Velocity is another great card to take. It would be very good with Torsten. Not super great with I mean it's not bad with anyone. It's definitely going to be the take here. It's a very good card. And if I get something else to go with it, I don't know. This could be good because it's kind of both. If you get this in your graveyard, then you can reanimate it. And then if you have another card in your graveyard, you can reanimate that as well. Or you can just miracle it. So I think we'll take this. I like getting this right here. It's not a bad card. Chain of Smog! Yeah! It's a terrible card. I can't reasonably draft Chain of Smog, except for the fact that I'm going to, so I'm definitely not putting it in my deck, because it's a bad card, objectively speaking. But, you know. You know. Oliphant is another good card, because it's a land, and it's also decent reanimate target. Not amazing, but... And we're gonna get Through the Breach, which is great. And then finished off with a Shadowy Backstreet. 4. I mean, it has Surveil. I could genuinely, I can main deck this because it has Surveil, but it's off color, which would just make it a swamp that enters tap with Surveil 1. Is that worth it in this deck? It might genuinely just be, because I don't have a lot of ways to get cards into my graveyard. So, alright, draft is done. Let's look at what we have here. We have Mox, which is great. We have Entomb. We have Vampiric Tutor. I don't think we're going to play on a Holy Heat. We have 27 non-land. Subtract 1 for Mox Jet, Troll of Khazad, and Oliphant. That leaves us with 24. So we're going to want one more cut out of this deck. Definitely not going to cut Animate Dead. Emperor of Bones, it was a good early take, because we didn't end up with all that many Reanimator spells, though we did get Terminal Velocity and Through the Breach, which are both very, very good, because not only are there other ways to use these powerful cards, like Torsten, Atali, it also puts them into the graveyard, doesn't exile them, so it's sacrificed, so then you can play Through the Breach, and then the next turn you can Animate Dead the Torsen you just played, and instead of drawing like 3 to 4 cards, hitting them for 7, and then making 7 1/1s, you did all that, and then I got another 7/7 that draws you more cards, which is just insane power level, and that is going to be almost impossible to beat, especially if you can get all of that out right, like on curve Through the Breach. It'd be very, very difficult, especially with a Liliana of the Veil, 2-rock, and him to 2-rock all destroying their hand. It's going to be very difficult for them to beat that. I really like this deck, actually. It's not the best deck. I don't think Headliner Scarlet is all that great in it. I think it's the weakest link. It's not a bad card. It's a very powerful card, but I think it's just barely the weakest link. I'm gonna spread the cards out like that so there's no empty spots. It's stressing me out. I really like this deck, actually, because it has some early hand disruption with 2-rock and him to 2-rock, and Doubt the Voidwalker is also just a great card to annoy them, as well as Cossack Bronco. And it also has Liliana of the Veil and Toxic Deluge, so it just kind of bees a nuisance. This deck seems like it's going to go first like 3 to 4 turns just being a nuisance, and then you draw Entomb, and then you're gonna Entomb for Gristlebrand, then Animate Dead Gristlebrand, and then the next turn, if you're lucky, you can like Necromancy and Atali, or Shallow Grave a Torsten, something like that. It can be very powerful. This deck can definitely have its moments. It's not the best Reanimator deck I've ever drafted, but it's fine. It's a good card. It's a good deck, and I'm happy with it. Well, that is all the time I have for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope I will see you guys in my next upload. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving a thumbs up and liking. It's free and helps a bunch, and I'm actually trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you could subscribe, that would help a ton. And I hope that this video wasn't just for entertainment purposes, but that you could also learn a little bit more and become better at how to draft a Vintage Cube, because I really like drafting Vintage Cube, so I think it'd be really cool if I got a few of you guys to like it as well. So if you could, actually, I encourage you to go to Cube Cobra and do some drafts, and if you want, I could actually make a video where I rate your decks that you draft, and I think that could be pretty fun to make. I don't know if anyone was interested in that, but that's just an idea. I'm just throwing ideas out there. I'll do basically anything at this point to get views, because I need them. I want to get to the point where I can make money off of this, and I'm pretty far away from that still. So I want to grow my channel, and if you guys want to see something, and that's going to help the channel growth, then that's probably what I'm going to do. With that, I will see you guys in my next upload. And see ya. I'm still bad at outros. I haven't gotten any better with that.